Okay, so the same year that you get to do the playoffs, during the regular season, there was a situation with Rasheed Wallace.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. How could I forget?
Okay. So tell me about that whole situation.
It was a situation where I was refereeing a game with Steve Javy and Scott Wall, and I think Portland was winning probably by about 20 points, and Rasheed probably had about 30 points. Scott Wall called a foul on him that he didn't like, and as Scott Wall went to report it, he kind of threw the ball at his back, and it hit his back, and Scott didn't know, what had happened, and I saw what happened. I felt like Rasheed did it on purpose, and I gave him a technical foul, and he didn't like that, and he was furious with me. I had given him a lot of technical fouls prior to that. And after the game was over, he waited out in the parking lot for me. We parked our car right in the back where the players went in and out of, and he waited for me. And when I came out, he wanted to fight me.
Okay, so what exactly did he say to you?
He said something along the lines that, he was going to get his money back for that bullshit technical foul I called on him. And, I said something back to him. I think along the lines of "you fucking deserved it," which was a big mistake because that kind of set him off. And he just came at me and wanted to fight me. And if it wasn't for about 3 security guards and Brevin Knight pulling him back, he probably would have got to me.
Oh, so he actually tried to put his hands on you?
For sure, yep.
Okay, when he said that I'm going to get my money back, what happens when someone gets a technical foul?
At that time, I think they were fined $500 or $1,000 per technical foul. So it would come out of their, paycheck. And, a lot of the players didn't like that if they felt like they didn't deserve it. So, it would always be about the money.
Well, but I mean, Rasheed Wallace was a star player. $500 or $1,000 really that's like $1, to you and I.
Right, but I think at that point, as you progress and you get a certain amount of technical fouls, you get suspended for a game. And I think he was getting close to that. So, not missing a paycheck for a game could be, hundreds of thousands of dollars for somebody like him.
Well, right. But because of that, because of the confrontation, he got suspended for 7 games.
I think it was more than that, but I thought it was 10 games. But he did get suspended for a, long period of time, and it cost him, a lot of money.
Well, this was the longest suspension that was issued by the league for an incident not involving violence or drugs.
Right.
Did you find that just a little bit odd?
No, because he had been a problem in the past for a lot of people and was getting thrown out of a lot of games and was a headache for the league office. So I think they were just kind of waiting for a situation where, they could, suspend him for a long period of time and try to, get him to conform to what they wanted him to do. And that was to, keep quiet and just play the game.
After that situation, did you ever run into him again?
No.
Well, did you ever
referee
a game that he was playing?
I shouldn't say that. I did run into him again. I actually had his first, I thought you meant off the floor, but I had his first game.
No, on the floor.
Yeah, I had his first game back from that suspension, believe it or not, in Philadelphia. And, he started with me again early in the first quarter, and I had to give him a technical foul. And with that, Scottie Pippen came off the bench at the first time out and said we were taking bets in the locker room to see how long it was going to take to see you give him a technical foul when we found out you were officiating.
Okay. I mean, in terms of players threatening refs, how often does that happen? Have you heard of other situations like this?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely has happened before. I know Allen Iverson had threatened Steve Javy, and, on the court, it's a heated situation to where, I'm sure players have said to a lot of referees things that they regret.